Thank you, friends. Shabbat shalom and greetings to you all. Now, how are all of you gifted, intelligent, talented folks doing? Did you celebrate last week? While it is the birthdays of two great nations, in Canada it is a birthday celebration. But in America, it's celebrated more for being a symbol of freedom, independence, self-determination, all the things the wilderness generation was on the road going to, and what they stood for. We are, as a species, a celebratory creature. And we all want freedom. It's inherent in us. But at the same time, we sometimes fool ourselves into all kinds of things. And we seem to be a concurrence of people who all seem to be going through a bit of a spell of a telephobia. It's not the fear of telephones, but is the fear of not being good enough. And that's something so many seem to suffer from. Well, friends, stop judging yourself so hard. Be kind. Be fair. You're all more than good enough. You're all great. Just be the best you can be. Change your little corner of the universe and you change the parts all around you. Resist the duality of life and ignore hate. Choose love and watch it seep into all the parts of your existence. We're coming up, we're not that far away from, the fall, the time when we really do examine ourselves. So, you are good enough. We are our harshest judges and critics. Now, in the next month, there's two really important dates in the calendar that occur, and I'm going to speak of them both as they approach. They're about a little under a month away. And they're just a week apart. And they represent the saddest and the gladdest days of the year. Now, the first is Tisha B'Av, which means the 9th day of the Hebrew month of Av, the 11th month of the year. A 9/11 before there was a 9/11. And less than a week later is Tu B'Av, which means the 15th of Av. Now, it's a minor holiday, but it goes back to Temple and Mishnah times. And it's the only time other than Yom Kippur which called for dressing in white, and on which single girls in Jerusalem went dancing in the vineyards and celebrated love and new beginnings. Now, to many, it was considered the most important day of the year, a light, non-religious, but essential holiday. No matter what you feel, there is more power in love than anything. It truly is the glue that holds the universe together. And while love is a unifying, universal entity, everyone and everything's different. Yes, there's shared knowledge. Yes, there's shared characteristics. But possession of knowledge alone cannot bestow virtue, happiness, or fulfillment in life. For these things, we must look within and beyond ourselves, and we change. So I hope you all celebrated something. And now we're in the midst of a whole bunch of birthdays. We have birthdays of Sandra and Martin coming up. We have Ryan and Gabe and Leora. That sounds like the birthday list on Captain Kangaroo or Commander Tom show. Now, may all of you with birthdays this time of the year have an awesome day. I think Agent K has a birthday too. Have an awesome year. A year of love and in a year of unknown, because we never know what's going to happen. May all your dreams come true. Celebrations are time for us to gather, like we do as a like-minded group when we come together, as a collective consciousness of seeker showing faith. Any and all faith and love, any and all love, because we are a community, a chavura, fellowship. As we express our nature of kindness, compassion, thoughts, feelings, hopes, dreams, and wishes, that unites us all in this community house of Spirit Beth Ruach, sharing and bringing light, keeping fear at bay. So once again, please do go ahead and invite everybody physically, digitally, psychically, emotionally, spiritually, any way at all to gather and share. From Psalm 133, the Hine Matov come together. Hine Matov, Shevet Achim Gam Hine Matov, how good, how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters together. Community. 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 Together. Let's all spread love, goodwill, and fellowship for the world. Remember, friends, this is you setting aside just a little bit of sacred time in your own sacred space to honor and converse with whoever, whatever you happen to believe in, because we all believe in something. It's part of your kavanah, your intention that you put out to the universe. It's your goodwill. Goodwill and intention are the roots of what you control, of what you correct. Your intention sets in motion everything that occurs in your lives, my friends. So let's take some time now. Let's use that intention. Let's send some of that goodwill, some light, some healing out to whoever you know that needs it. Healing and renewal for everybody. It just floats through space, finding those in need. So send it out for those you know and for the souls and spirits of everybody you love. So think of whoever that needs healing and renewal and love, or just plain goodwill. Focus on them. Call their names. It's not just for people. It is for our pets. It's for the earth. It is the healing of the world. The tikkun olam. It's part of our spiritual genetic makeup. We have to help heal the world. We must each do what we can to improve and change our own little corner of the world, because as we change ourselves, we change the conditions of life. And a part of that healing of the world is when we send out thoughts of energy for health, renewal, goodwill for everybody. They don't have to be sick. It's for those in our hearts and our minds. Let's all send energy out for the people in need everywhere. We pray for those who need prayer, because prayer is an effective method of communication with God, of entreating, of helping ourselves and others. We don't have to know them. We want health, recovery, good life for everybody around us. For Anne and Bao, who just lost his brother, Baruch Dayan Ha'amet. For Jackie and Luke. For Kelly and Donnie. For Virginia, Terry. For Doria and Gloria. For Nikki, Fern and Johnny. Connie, Ronnie. For Tally and Danny and Nina and Tina. For all those suffering and in need, let's not forget to include the familiars of our lives. All of our sacred animal friends everywhere. For everybody you know in need, for the whole world. For the raven and for the bee. Friends, it is the kindness, the healing wishes, goodwill, and love we all send out. It just circles the world, finding those in need. So thank you, each of you, for all you do, for all you care, because the world is a world of spirit. And spirit, my friends, never dies. Me. Avotenu Makor HaBracha Limotenu. May the source of strength bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage. Make our lives a blessing. The renewal of body. The renewal of spirit. Let us say, Amen. Mishaberach, let us all of our spirits renew. This is the great prayer for healing, which we call upon God to heal us as healed before. Mishaberach, may He blessed. Because all healing's a blessing. Let's all send and receive healing and renewal energy in our efforts to love, to share, to care, to grow. There's only 2 weeks left in this book. And then the other not quite fitting book is read. Deuteronomy, the retelling of the law. The book that went missing for several hundred years. And we will talk about it when the time comes. And the time's coming soon. Now this week, we read a story of love and devotion. This week we read Pinchas. It's a reading which starts in a very strange place in the Torah. Partway through events with no visible beginning. And that's something we're all quite used to. There's always a starting point for whatever we read. Not this time. Here it picks up mid-sentence, mid-event, so to speak. It's about the grandson of Aaron, who demonstrated that he felt the presence of the Lord and took action to hold him sacred. I finally found a way to live just like I never could before. I know that I don't have much to give, but I can open any door. Everybody knows the secret. Everybody knows the score. I have finally found a way to live in the presence of the Lord. It's a story about devotion, faith, and belief. And that's something we all strive for, but only few truly have. This was a generation that had it. Since then, good luck finding them. Numbers 25:11. Pinchas, son of Eleazar, son of Aaron, the priest, has turned back my fury from the children of Israel by his carrying out my jealousy among them. So I didn't finish the children of Israel in my jealousy. Therefore say, here, I'm giving him my covenant of peace. And it shall be his and his seeds after him, a covenant of eternal priesthood, because he was jealous for his God, and he made atonement for the children of Israel. Okay, for some activity at the end of the prior reading, Aaron's grandson is rewarded, but rewarded with what Aaron was already rewarded with. So what was it? Well, if you read last week's, you would have seen a couple were in the tent of the tabernacle, the famous red tent, having sex. So he took a spear and ran them through. It's worth reading, but more so in the biblical Hebrew, which is filled with pun and innuendo. It is really quite clever. Unfortunately, translations don't capture it the same way. Now, much of the rest of the reading is primarily concerned with the results of a census, with the results being shockingly similar to the census at the beginning of Numbers. But that one was pointless. All those people are dead. This one, however, has true purpose. Numbers 26:51. These are the counts of the children of Israel, 1,730. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, the land shall be distributed to these as a legacy, with the number of names. That's what the purpose of the census was. The land will be allocated along the census lines. And that means the Jubilee will restore them when they become askew. Now, how many think that if there were ever a Jubilee, a redistribution would occur? You know what? It was a great concept, my friends. One that I fear man is still not really ready for. The people of this generation are the ones who had the most unique view of God in history. Everything about their struggle is about their learning to believe what he says he does. Most of us have all forgotten how to believe. Don't let me drift too far. Keep me where you are, where I will always be. Running, and that which you've given me today is worth more than I can pay. And no matter what they say, I believe in you. I believe in you. When winter turns to summer, I believe in you. When white turns to black, I believe in you. Even though I be outnumbered, oh, though the earth may shake me, oh, though my friends forsake me, oh, even that couldn't make me go back. Statistics now show that fewer people believe in God than at any other time. And maybe it's times of doubt and fear when you need to look within the most to see what you need to believe. And then, my friends, I don't want you to miss this part. In Numbers 27:1, an astounding event occurs, brought about via the census, but not related the same way. But it's one with deeper repercussions, one that crossed gender barriers, had legal implications, social implications, an incredible historical event not celebrated, although I don't know how they'd write it today. This book was written when there was very defined male and female and rights, especially legal rights for gender and for inheritance. And those laws were sacrosanct. And here we have an episode that gave rights to women in an era when they had few rights. Numbers 27:1. And the daughters of Zelophehad, son of Hefer, son of Gilead, son of Machir, son of Manasseh, of the families of Manasseh, son of Joseph, came forward. That's a pretty good lineage. And they stood in front of Moses, and in front of Eleazar the priest, and in front of the chieftains, and all the congregation at the entrance of the tent of meeting, saying, our father died in the wilderness. He wasn't among the congregation who were gathered against the Lord in Korah's congregation. Rather, he died through his own sin, and he had no sons. Why should our father's name be subtracted from among his family because he didn't have a son? Give us possession among our father's brothers. And Moses brought their case forward in front of the Lord. So here's what they did, my friends. They petitioned Moses and the tribal leaders that they should inherit. And Moses, who has spent the last 40 years being a judge, obviously knows this is above his pay grade, and he'll take their case straight to God. And the Lord said to Moses, Zelophehad's daughters speak right. You shall give them a possession for a legacy among their father's brothers, and you shall pass their father's legacy to them. They speak right. They're entitled to it. They will inherit. And they didn't even have to identify with being male for God to agree. Yes, my friends, the world is sacred and so is everything in it. Express your gratitude, light a candle, make a wish. Celebrate your life and the lives of those you love. Share your feelings with them. Live free, be free, honor your freedom. Be well, be happy, be blessed. Share and honor the light and all who live in the light and continue to shine. Continue to send to everybody you know goodwill and love. Pray for peace and freedom for everybody. And end to terror and hatred. Remember, we're a community. We learn together. We celebrate each other. We love each other. We share this ride together, men and women equally. Let's all send out love, not fear. Send out peace, harmony, goodwill, and healing to all who need it. Please do. Learn to forgive. Learn to love, including yourself. Open your hearts. Honor the relationships of your life. Tell those you love that you love them. Take advantage of the time you have. Enjoy the journey, because we take the twists and turns and the patterns that weave through the fabric of our lives in our efforts to grow, to learn, to be, to love. So please do love. God bless you all. Have a fantastic week. A week of love and light, a week of peace, a week of miracles. Examine your intentions. Use them to imprint your will on the universe, because we set in motion all that happens in our lives, my friends. It's our intention, our kavana, our cause, our effect. It's all linked. You have time to forgive and to be forgiven. You have knowledge of what's good and bad. So acknowledge what you've done wrong to yourself, to God, to any person you've wronged. Ask forgiveness. But do so with sincerity, accountability, and vulnerability. Forgive those who've hurt you as you learn to be forgiving and compassionate, because the secret of forgiveness, compassion, and peace is in acceptance. Can you accept yourself, other people, in the world as they are? Can you accept life as it is without trying to control it? Because if you do, you can experience the peace that acceptance brings. So do not stop your journey. Do not stop moving towards your promised land. It is your home. Keep on dreaming, keep on being, keep sharing, keep shining, keep teaching. Keep spreading joy and goodwill. Do not follow fear. Follow love. It's always in front of you. And remember to have faith. Just as I have faith in the principle of love and of all of you. Act with purity of heart and mind. Despise none, defraud none, hate none. Cherish all. Honor every child of God, every creature of the earth. May all people know peace in this year. May you nurture kindness and love wherever you go. Work to be present in the body. Expand your heart, quiet the mind, because the deepest source of real power lies in consciousness and your ability to be mindful, to be aware, to be present in all life circumstances. Make the most of your time in this life. Continue to touch and transform lives around you. You're never alone. You're forever blessed and have the ability to bring blessings to everybody you meet. Health, love, and renewal to everybody you come across. We're all energy, and energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transformed. Your words are your power to transform, to love, to bless. So be generous, bless others, and bless yourself, and love at the heart, because we're all part of a greater whole. Embrace love, not fear, forgiveness, not anger, and be there for someone, because someone is always there for you, whether you know it or not. Continue to explore faith and belief. Never accept shame as a natural state, because whatever you feel others have felt, whatever you've experienced others have too. We share together. We learn together. We help each other, because we're each of us trying to find love and acceptance and support. We all have or could have that special someone in our lives, so find them. Tell them what they mean. Keep forgiving those you need to forgive. Keep asking forgiveness from those you need to ask forgiveness of. Listen to the voice of God as he, she, it talks to you. Think before you speak, because your words can empower and free you, but they can imprison you. Enjoy this journey. Celebrate your freedom and celebrate love, especially the holiday of love coming up. It is an unstoppable power. The power of love is a curious thing. Make one man weep, make another man sing. Change a hawk to a little white dove. More than a feeling, that's the power of love. First time you feel it, it might make you sad. Next time you feel it, it might make you mad, but you'll be glad when you found that the power of love makes the world go round. Don't need money, don't take fame, don't need no credit card to ride this train. It's strong and it's sudden and it's cruel sometimes, but it might just save your life. That's the power of love. No matter what you feel, there's more power in love than anything. It does hold the universe together. Friends, I love you all. Thank you for joining me. Celebrate freedom and love and let the world know you walk in faith and trust and belief in yourself. Shabbat shalom and blessings to you all.